Hello, this is Lolly. I wanted to talk about using 6-inch paper pads on making Memory Dex cards. And I like using 6-inch pads because the patterns are so much tinier. That's really nice when you're working with a small area, whereas if you use a 12-inch pad, the design is so large that when you try to cut out a Memory Dex card, the pattern is too big for it. So, and normally this strip on the top is just extra. It's not, usually it's perforated and you can't really use it well, but I'm going to be able to use it because it's not even perforated. But even if it was still perforated and came off, you could still do this technique. So an average Memory Dex card is 4 inches by 3¼ inches. So once you cut 4 inches in and 3¼ inches up, you've gone over half of the width and over half of the height, and so you can only get one card out of each sheet. So what I'm doing is doing a 4 by 3 on these. So I'm going to go sideways here and cut out the 4. And then I'm going to do 3 and 3. And it depends on which way your pattern's going. This one I would prefer the pattern to go the other way, but that's okay. It's going to work. Now, and we have 3. Because it's a 6-inch wide paper, we have 2 3 inches. They are 4, so they're a little shorter than the typical Memory Dex card. But one thing you can do, and especially since, well, this is authentic paper, I like to have the bottom part a little stronger because when you punch holes, and especially if you're putting it in and out of your Memory Dex file holders, they can get a little worn down here. So I like to reinforce that, and this is what I can use this strip for. I'm going to cut 4 inches over, so it's as wide as the card I have. And now you'll notice that this paper is reversible, which is nice because it adds a nice contrast here. And again, even if I didn't have this, I would cut this in 2 strips and use those 2 strips to give me an extra binding across the bottom. So I just cut that in half. This is 2 1/2, so at 1 1/4 is how I'm going to make this. It depends on whether or not you have that extra strip on the top. Just divide that in half, okay? And then I'm going to score that in half so that I can fold those neatly on my board here. So that's 1 1/2, so I want that at 3/4. No, it's 1 1/4, sorry. So right there's the middle line. And it doesn't have to be perfect because the other part's going to go on the back of the card. You wouldn't necessarily see it. There we go. And then just fold those over and glue those onto the bottom. And I'm using the back side of it, but glue those onto the bottom of the card. And it gives the whole area a little bit of extra oomph. Okay, now see how I didn't do that perfectly, but it's okay, like I said, because you're not going to see that when it's glued on here. So I could correct it, I could rescore it, but just for video's sake, we're just going to put this together now. Let's see if this goes all the way in there. Okay, and I want to glue that on there, just on the edge. And by the edge, I mean I'm not putting my card all the way into the bottom of the fold. Nope, that's right. Like that. So only a portion of my card is down into this. And I could put a binder clips on there to hold that on for me if I wanted to. But again, I like the fact that we've got this contrast paper going on here. There we go, and this one here. Now it doesn't always work out with the direction of the pattern on the paper you want, because like these are ice cream cones and they're kind of going sideways, but it's still very cute. And let's assume that this has been in there long enough, drying. So see, of course it's coming undone just because I didn't put pressure on that for a minute. I was talking on my video. So glue those on there. Bind them if you need to, and then we'll give you a final measurement on that, and a ruler here, and this one is turned out to just between 3 1/4 and 3 1/2. So it's a way of extending the card a little longer if you'd like. You could still do tabs and all that and put your embellishments on there, but anyway, it's a way of getting 2 cards out of your 6-inch paper pad, and we still have this one little piece over left for embellishments that can go onto either you could do a die cut here and put that on there, or you can use that and put it on a different card. So anyway, it's just a way of showing you how to get the most out of your 6-inch paper pad, because these little tiny designs are perfect for these Memory Dex cards. Thank you for watching and giving me a thumbs up on the video.